And it's Charles Omenhiu, 5-year NFL vet. Great to see you. Texans,
Thank
Niners. But you just had a career season that we're about to celebrate. Career highs in tackles and sacks, and in only 11 games. How are you feeling?
I feel good. I appreciate you having me on. How are you?
I'm great. So you win the Super Bowl. What does it feel like to be now Super Bowl champion Charles Omenhiu?
It got a good ring to it for sure. It feels good. Something that like a dream come true. Something that guys in the league just yarn for. So to be able to achieve that in my 5th year, great feeling. Hopefully we can do it again next year.
Did it go by quickly, like that whole day? You win the Super Bowl. Was it, like I know, like obviously you're dealing with an injury and all of that, but what were sort of the emotions as it is? I don't know how you would describe it.
It's like euphoric for real. Like it's a crazy feeling. Like when Miko caught the ball, you have a quick like feeling of like, dang, we just won for real. Like, and then all the energy, the rush just fills your body, and like I almost forgot that I was hurt for a quick second. The way I just started to like hobble on the field when everybody was just rushing the field. But it was a great feeling. Something I want to feel over and over and over.
And you had 2 ACLs in it. It was not a Super Bowl that you didn't had nothing to do with. You had a big impact. Those big arms of yours dragging guys down. But you did have ACL surgery. Yesterday I had Nyheim Hines on the show, and obviously we have Kirk Cousins dealing with an ACL. You have an ACL, and Nyheim was telling me about how brutal the rehab can be at sometimes. What has it been like, and how are you feeling really?
It's definitely tested my patience for sure. I'm a month out. Well, I'm 6 weeks out now, so I feel good. I started walking last week, so that was like a happy moment. The rehab process is super repetitive until you get to the next stage, but like it's so much time between from being able to do one thing to the next thing to the next thing. So it can be. For me, I think it's just mentally taxing because it's repetitive. It's repetitive. I can't do certain things. I'm not. I gotta be assisted to do certain things. So different kind of experience for me. But this being my first injury ever, I think it's just kind of a period in my career where it'll help me grow in other aspects.
Yeah, is there something in it that you're grateful for? Like, are you able to find gratitude in this hell moment?
Yeah, I think it just kind of makes me take a step back as far as like, okay, yeah, you won the Super Bowl, but you have to deal with this, and like you were on top of the world for a second, then you feel like you're at rock bottom, but then are you really at rock bottom? Like, you really think about things that could have been worse. I got an opportunity to help my team go to the Super Bowl. I had my best season of my career in such a short period of time. So I can look at it as woe is me, but also I can look at it as an opportunity just to grow as a person, to revamp my body, to learn just the intricacies of my knee. So that my health going forward in my career can only be better.
Now you have a docuseries about this, so I'm asking you so many questions, and I'm asking you and you can see it on YouTube, by the way, and you made the decision to sort of let people in to what your rehab process is, which is amazing. Everything's filmed, and when we're talking about gratitude, I just wanted to give you a second and, shout out to your mom, because she warmed my heart in this.
Yeah, nah, words can't describe how much I appreciate my mother. My mom is my rock. She is my reason for everything. She is my why. She's helped me throughout this whole process. She's kept me steadfast, and I love her from the bottom of my heart. I was telling her, like, what you want for your thank you for doing this? Like, I tell her thank you all the time, make sure that she knows she's appreciated all the time. But it's like I want to make her just even more happy for the fact that it's not easy helping somebody through this. And like I was really like helpless. I couldn't do anything. nothing by myself. So the fact that she's been there every step of the way, um, I mean, you can't. We're as a man, as a son, you can't ask for a better mom.
I just wanted to give you that moment to give her some love because you can tell without you can just tell by watching it. I mean, you're also in the club in this, in this docu series. Is your mom going to be
Yeah.
okay with you coming to LA? And also, like, what were the cameras not showing while you were out in Los Angeles, Charles?
So my mom she wasn't so giddy about me going. I was at like a little bowling event. Like I
Uh
told her like I have to do something before I go to surgery. I
huh.
ain't gonna lie. I could not have just because I was in the crib the whole time
Right.
from therapy to ice on my knee doing exercise at home. I'm like, yo, I got a lot of homies out in LA, so I'm like, bro, I gotta do something before I'm down for the count. So we went out to go to this little bowling event party kind of deal. Um, so yeah, I mean, I showed the fans every aspect. I showed the fans me going out, me training, me
Yeah.
meeting up with one of my favorite artists and good friends. So it was just kind of all inclusive, just
A
showing it
good
all. I
time.
mean,
Well, we'll see if you
yeah.
move to LA. I thought that was very, I thought it was so funny. But listen, you take us behind the scenes with these cameras, and it's a really nice peek, but we all know what we see on camera in these big moments. And let's go back and relive some of this because I just want to, AFC Championship game, talk me through this strip sack of Lamar Jackson. I mean, unbelievable.
So like the series before, I wasn't so happy with myself, and I told myself like, "Yo, you gonna make a play. You gonna make a play. Just keep grinding." Um, in Ronnie's stance, I could tell that was gonna be play action, so I kind of had a beat on it. And I mean, I have long arms and kind of lifted the outside wrist off, and I knew it was kind of a long drawn out play. So when I saw Lamar still had the ball, my instinct coming from the blind side was always trying to strip the ball, and he held onto the ball. I did it, and like it was like a euphoric feeling, to be honest. Like to make a play like that in a game so big, critical play. I think just that is me. That is me as a player. That is me as a defensive lineman. I know it's going to be a little while till I'm back on the field, but I hope that the plays that I did make last year and see people see how much of the impact um, I made in a short period of time. Like I've said before, my biggest thing is just being respected across the league, not just with the Chiefs, but like the whole league, knowing that like, okay, when 9-0 come back on the field, we gotta account for him. We gotta make sure that he doesn't change the game, make a play or change the game. Because I think, especially this past year, I showed that like that's what that's what I do. That's what I'm gonna do.
Run that play back. You're telling me that you saw the detail by his stance? Ronnie Stanley tipping
I knew.
plays?
I mean, just during film study, like I could just tell when he was, what I'm saying, when it was gonna be a pass, when it's gonna be a run. He kind of tipped it off quite a bit. So I just used that. It's little things that you can use to get ahead in the game, so you're one step ahead. So I saw that, and I kind of just changed my mode as far as like, all right, I'm gonna make this educated guess that it's gonna be a pass. Sometimes you gotta take risks to get the reward.
And then, of course, the Super Bowl happens and you're not able to suit up. What is the
Yeah,
worst part of that?
I think pregame was the worst. Pregame and the kickoff. Um, just seeing everybody warming up, I could feel the atmosphere of being at the Super Bowl, but then you on the sideline limping around. That was the worst of it all. Uh, I would just tell myself, hopefully you can be back here and playing. Like, um, yeah, it was just it wasn't good. It wasn't a good feeling at all. I wanted to play so bad, especially being my former team out there last year. I felt away. I felt like, this is my opportunity to show y'all, like, oh, you guys didn't want to pay me. Y'all let me go. Um, so this is kind of like my opportunity to show y'all that like that was a horrible decision. And the fact that I wasn't able to do that against them, um, kind of it's still I've gotten over it now, but at that time it very much ate at me, and I saw our schedule came out though, and we do have them on the schedule next year. So I am hoping that it is around the time where I'll be back, because I really, really want to be available for that game.
What is your timetable? And we're going to get back to that, but what is your timetable? What's it looking like?
I I don't.
Charles, don't
really
look away. Listen, Ronnie Stanley, they're tipping plays. You just tipped your play. Don't look away. I'm too good. I'm like you. Come on now. What's up?
I mean, I think I think I'll reveal that in my YouTube.
Oh, good call. Smart
to give
man.
the people to give the people something to look forward to.
Well, you're
I'll
smiling.
reveal that, but
you're smiling, so I think it's a good sign.
It is a good sign. Like and at the same time, I've accepted that I'm injured and I'm rehabbing, and that's going to take a little bit of time, but it's not going to be something too crazy long. And like I said, I'll be very interested once the schedule comes out and seeing who we have at certain time frames, and maybe
who are the teams you're most looking? Listen, you're in a contract year. You've got 1 year left. You got a lot to play for this year.
I am in the contract
year.
You're
thinking about it every day of your rehab. I know it. You gotta show up this year. What are those extra games? What are those extra? You do it for your mom. That's your why. What are the games that you're looking forward to when that schedule release happens?
100% the Niners. 2,000% the Texans. If I could add another 1,000 for the Texans, I would. The Ravens, because I feel like drive wasn't finished.
Ooh.
I think that's. I mean, I know we have other really, really good opponents, but those three, I for sure remember on our schedule that we had. That I was like, yeah, that's really gonna be them games.
What is the? Maybe I should know this. I know a lot about you.
Texans?
Yeah. What's the D'Amico thing? You and D'Amico.
It might not really be D'Amico for real. It just like. The Texans drafted me, but just when the business shows itself early in your career, you keep that backlogged in your memory, and I just feel like I have a little bit more to show them too. I keep everything logged in my head till I feel like everybody got different things that kind of push them.
Yeah.
And mine is definitely like, I've said this before, I want to be in that conversation with them, those defensive linemen that you like, yo, you have to account for them. And the organizations I feel like have kind of just passed on by me and really didn't see me like that. I feel like I have a little bit more the word probably get back from.
And you popped on this. I remember you were drafted. You guys won the division that year. You won a playoff game, and then after that, this team sort of struggled, right?
Yeah, and I was a part of the group of guys that didn't fit the mold of what the top felt like was going to help them succeed. And all shouts to D'Amico and them though for bringing the city and the organization back to life. But I mean, like I said, I have many motivations. I also see people say that I'm not going to be the same player coming back from this injury. I think I've done it. I think I've.
Uh-oh. You end up in Kansas City, and you've had a great career. You pop up on the scene. I can. You do your thing, and you deserve all the credit for that. But yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So things happen how they're supposed to, is what I think. You get to Kansas City, you win a Super Bowl with them, and you deserve all the credit for your
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, we can hear you too. I want to ask you a little bit about Kansas City because you make this huge jump. You play with the Niners. You're with D'Amico. None of that motivation is D'Amico based. You like D'Amico, it sounds like, and that was great and helpful to you. You go to the Chiefs where you're supposed to be. You know, and you do your thing, and you do it at such a crazy level. You always had success, but you made a big jump if we look at the numbers, right? What is it about Kansas City, that defense, and maybe even specifically Steve Spagnuolo that sort of unleashed your next level?
Yeah, I think the system is great. I think it ties in the D-line and the secondary really, really well. Spags does a good job of, in the secondary, take away the main option. I mean, the main option on the game plan is like, yo, he does not go off on us at all. And then Joe has really like tapped in on my end of my defensive line coach, Coach Cullen, has tapped in on my end as far as like finishing and using my length more and understanding what's going to happen before it happens. And then, I mean, I can't forget about the guys around me too, Chris, George. Those guys really, really, when you play with guys who are on the same accord, everybody's kind of like, hey, we're going to do this as a group, and whoever gets to play gets to play, but like we're going to do it together cohesively. It makes it easy. And like, I mean, like, big shout out to Trent McDuffie, Justin Reed, Shamari, my boy LJ. Like, they made it easy on us. So when the quarterback holding onto the ball, it's easier for the D-line to be able to make plays. And thank God that I was able to really make this big jump and have the opportunity next year to do the same.
And Chris Jones, you mentioned him. We all see what he can do. Like, he just destroys. He dominates linemen left and right. What don't we see about how he affects this team? Maybe something off the field. Like, what don't we know?
Chris is a great, like, he's just a great leader. I think that might sometimes not be talked about a lot, about how he pushes other guys. He's super unselfish. That is one thing I noticed. He's super unselfish. He want his guy, like, he want me and George to get off before he get off. Like, he's like, nah, y'all do y'all thing. I know they gonna probably double team me or, you know, have something for me, but y'all do y'all thing. And that's why, like last year, we was able to feast. Like, sometimes it'll be George that goes off, sometimes it'll be me that goes off, sometimes Chris that goes off, and then other times it'll be all three of us just having a day. Happened a few times but when we played Buffalo, when we played Cincinnati. I mean, if I was able to play the whole Baltimore game, I think it would have been even worse. But that just kind of just him being like, yo, I'm going to feed off of y'all. Y'all get right, and then I'm going to finish it off kind of deal. And how he just motivates us to be better players every day. It's big.
It's big, and I hope you get a big deal after this year. You got your your contract year. Go get it done. You're smiling. You're tipping the play, but you're tipping the play on your recovery.
Oh,
you know what I like about you, Charles? It's called. First of all, you got a chip on your shoulder about the size of Kansas City, which is amazing, and I love that you are authentic about that. But I also like something that I do that you do. It's undersell. Undersell the recovery, undersell that, and then come out shot like a cannon week one. I can't wait.
Shot like cannon. Nah, you saying it for me.
I am. I'm not. You're not saying anything. That's on me. Super Bowl champion Charles Omenhiu. Check out his YouTube page. Check out his mom. Next time you got to take mom out of the club with you. That's the only thing I would say you did wrong.
No. I told her, she was like quick story. She was like, can I go with you? And I'm like, Mom, this ain't this. You know what I'm saying? Your time.
Yeah.
This one right here.
This isn't a bingo club, Mom. All right. Bye, Charles. Thank you. See ya.
For sure. Thank you.
Yeah.